Good morning. Hope everyone's been having a fabulous week so far. We're gonna be doing our next video for the sit-downs, commencing now. I'm so glad that we've finally come around to our third one. It's like, I don't know, it's like a really great, I feel like it's a really good accomplishment. I don't know, I just had this idea for these videos and now we're already on our third one and we're gonna be on our 50th one, if fate is so fortunate for us to get there. But yeah, just messing around with my camera stuff here. But yeah, I mean, let's get it started. This week for the sit downs, I wanted to discuss something that's kind of I don't know, a more abstract subject for writers and people who kind of undergo like the artistic fields. I myself am a writer, and so that's just my biggest issue is, finishing a lot of the stuff that I do. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be doing, completing your task. And people would think like, is that really something is really worth talking about? Is that really an issue? And you'd be surprised. I have a lot of people who are in the art world, a lot of friends who are in the art world, or a lot of fellow like maybe journalists, people that I've spoken with, writers, people who just try to get stuff done, and it's actually more difficult for them, than I would anticipate. Myself, I've been writing since I was 15, and so it's almost a decade now. And when I wrote my first book, I did it in the span of a summer. I did it in about 3 months. Just every day. Spending about 4 to 5 hours writing every day, every day, every day. And yeah, I guess for me at that time, because I was really driven, I didn't have an issue with the idea of finishing my work. It was, just more along the lines of I wanted to finish the book. So I guess, yeah, finishing was my goal. Getting it done was the goal, but, as far as finishing chapters or, in my case, acts, because I write in an act system, very much like the way drama is. It's written in acts and scenes. So that's the way I do it. It's prose, but I write it in acts. But yeah, the reason I kind of came up with this idea of finishing certain tasks is because recently, yesterday, I finished the second act of my third book, Bonds That Hold Us. It's a dystopian story which I've been working on for the past about half year. Because of work stuff and other obligations, you just can't. You can't really give yourself that much time to work on what you want to work on. It doesn't, you're not allowed to. It just kind of gets in the way, which is unfortunate. And a lot of people have a lot of obligations. So maybe that's one of the issues that, because finishing is such a hardship because they just have other things in their lives that they need to get done, which is really unfortunate because, people, they want to do the things that make them happy, whether it's being creative, doing, or any other thing. It doesn't never necessarily have to be a creative undertaking. It could be something else, but just finishing or even getting started could be an issue. But like, I don't know, finishing the act for myself, the act was 66 pages. I don't know what the word count is. I know a lot of writers, I think professionally everyone wants to know the word count. For the life of me, I can't remember what the word count was right now. But it's really great when you finish a major part of your book, or say if you actually finish, um, I don't know, say you're working like on an art piece. Like, I have a couple of friends who are artists, and whenever they finish something, it's sometimes people kind of put themselves down. They're like, oh yeah, it's just one, and maybe it's not even that good. Or yeah, those other people who are like, it's just it's like they're kind of like in a factory mode when they just want to dish out work, and I guess in that respect they don't have any problem finishing because they're constantly doing stuff. So I guess in that respect they lose um, the grandicism. If that's a word. Where's my dictionary? The grandeur. There we go. They lose the grandeur of what it means to finish something, what it means to actually complete your work. And I feel like I get that all the time whenever I'm writing. Yeah, I do the act scene system, and so whenever I get to another scene, I'm like, yes, I'm kind of, I finished that part. And then when I finish an act, it's like an even greater accomplishment because, you did get through that amount of work, and and it was just, yeah, it's a really great achievement because, it is difficult. Some people find it hard to write, 5 pages of anything. I remember back in college, and people would try to be like, oh yeah, my 5-page paper is so difficult, and I guess yeah, for some people, writing is it's kind of like they're trying to carry the world on their shoulders. But for me, it's one of those things where it's like if I can't finish, my 60-page act, within a certain amount of time. I'm like, oh, I want to kill myself. But then, then you finish and it's like, you want somebody to play music for you. You want a band to declare like, yes, we finished. Like, it's amazing. So, yeah, finishing, it has its little quirks. Some people don't really care that much about finishing their work, and a lot of people do. I mean, I'm more in the middle. It's more along the lines of, yeah, I finished, great, amazing. I'm happy that I have that extra bit of my work finished. Obviously the book's not finished, but that's another thing, and totally. Um, Actually, you know what? Let's talk about books. I mean, or anything. Like, we just talked about art. I mean, why not books? Finishing the book. I remember when I finished my second book. I mean, that was a great accomplishment. So yeah, I mean, it's just the idea of behind finishing like a chapter or an act or finishing like an some anything else like that, but it's just even bigger, because you actually have a book written, however many pages it might be, how many words it might be for all you professional aficionados out there. But yeah, yeah, finishing. I'm really glad that I finished my third act. I would like to post up some excerpts for all you fine people, but I don't think anyone has a lot of context that the book is about, so maybe we'll do that another time. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on finishing? I mean, what are your thoughts on completing the work that you're trying to do? It doesn't have to even be creative. It could be anything else. Just get there. I mean, don't let yourself kind of wallow around. Obligations come up. We all have it, and but it's a service to yourself. Be creative. Or not even be creative if that's not what you're into. But you know, finishing the work is really great just for yourself. It's one of those things that helps um, with your own personal assurance. But yeah, hope you guys appreciated this more intimate idea of the sit downs, this more intimate aspect of the sit down, should I say. Uh, Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing another video next week. I still haven't chosen the subject yet. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, please feel free to message me on my Tumblr, or you could even comment on the YouTube channel. Please remember to subscribe and to like, and we'll be in touch soon. Peace and love.